But it's like, man, of all the experience I've had of working with women and them wanting to transform their body, everything is in your mind. Like, that's where it starts. You know, it's easy to say, I'll just stop that habit, or I'll just stop eating chocolate, or I'll just stop doing this. It's fucking more than that, because you're running a pattern that you've been running for a very long time, and there'll be a reason you're running that pattern. And most of the time, when people are addicted to sugar or chocolate, or, you know, they're binge eating, they're eating to feel a feeling that is uncomfortable. They're eating and they don't want to feel it, so they suppress it. So what do? Eat something sweet to make yourself feel better, right? Because life isn't sweet sitting in that uncomfortable feeling. And, you know, there's so much, you know, somebody just asked me on Instagram about, like, have you always been a happy and positive person? And it's interesting because, like, when you go on social media, a lot of the time, all these people that you follow and all these, you know, women that we see and their body shots and their happy lives, and it's like all glamorous and beautiful and whatnot. When we see that, we want that. The thing is, you don't see what happens in the background, and I'm mega grateful for these women that post that their life is beautiful 24/7, because it eggs me on to want to be more real and more raw with as many women as I can, because life at times can be fucked up. Life at times can be really shit, and like, we have bad days. Like, I did a video the other day on being in a fucking foul mood, because I was. And it actually carried on to yesterday. And I was just, like, angry. Really angry. And it's not about trying to not be angry. Look at this little... I really want my hair to grow. It's not about not being angry. It's not about, like, trying to get back to happy. It's actually about, like, getting comfortable with those uncomfortable things or those uncomfortable feelings. You know, people are on this pursuit of chasing happiness. And, like, yeah, cool, want to be happy. The thing is, you wouldn't even know what happiness is if you didn't have the contrast of being unhappy. And in those unhappy or negative moments, there's lessons for us to learn, and, like, that's how we grow. If you're permanently happy all the time, you just be like this, like, boring, plain Jane, same shit day in, day out person that has no personality or a story or experience to share with somebody else. You know, you wouldn't have challenges to step up and rise and grow. Like, you wouldn't have that stuff to share with others. Like, I wouldn't be sitting here today in my group or sharing any of the content that I share on a day-to-day basis. Like, my life, like, the reason that you're in this group and the reason that you guys follow me and you like my stuff is because I share my experiences. And most likely the reason that you follow me or you like me is because I share the good with the bad. I share the amazing with the freaking ugly. Because that is life. Like, that is reality, and that is the roller coaster. And it's just as important to embrace the negative and the shitty times as much as it is the positive and the fun times. Just, you know, we get so caught up in social media and the way that the world is going and everything that's being put out there. You know, you've got your rebels or your ones that are teaching you the difference. Like you too, Jamie. You know, we're there to teach people that, yeah, it isn't always like the high life. You know, and to embrace those downer points, because that's what's going to propel you forward to step up and want more, be more, do more. That's what makes you driven or motivated or passionate. And, you know, life isn't about getting to the destination. It's about, like, the ride along the way. And it's really easy to forget that ride along the way, like, we get so caught up in wanting to be over here that we forget to enjoy this. And this is the fun part, depending on how you perceive your reality and how you want to look at it. If you want to look at everything like it's a pain in the fucking ass and it's a chore and you have to do this and life, you know, why me kind of mentality, then cool, do it. Just don't do it in my space. However, you can sit with it, go through those moments, but then utilize the tools or learn the tools or find the resources to be able to pull yourself out of it to rise above it. Therefore, you then create your self-contrast, and you start to know what feels good and what doesn't. And when you get really good at becoming self-aware and listening to your body as to what feels good and what doesn't, then you start to make those better choices in moving forward. And then you start to know when you make the not so great choices because they don't feel really good. And there's a difference between making shitty choices and making a choice that puts you in an uncomfortable position to step forward as well. Right? So there's some stuff that feels uncomfortable, you know, or you feel nervous. Same sort of feeling as what excitement creates. So there's those moments and the ones that sort of scare you a little bit. But like something inside you just says, go for it anyway. And then there's just like the shitty decisions or the shitty times that you can actually really learn from to drive yourself back into what does feel good. And you just get better at making better choices over time. And those shitty moments become further and further and further apart. It's not about eradicating them altogether. So that is sort of went way off the topic of the keto question. However, super relevant, I think. And I love rambling, so why not? All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, thoughts, or comments, please post them in the comments below. And have a great Friday. Bye.